Hello everyone, my name is Rukato, and today I will be talking about how globalization has affected me, especially how it has changed the way I interact, think, and live. We often think of globalization as something huge, international trade, politics, economics, but today I want to show you that globalization is also deeply personal. It affects what I wear, how I talk, who I follow, and even how I think about myself. This is outline for today's presentation. First, I'm going to give you the four phases of society. Second, what is postmodernism? Third, globalization's political and economic impact. Fourth, social media and identity from my experience. Fifth, global culture that brands rule the world. Sixth, my personal reflection for good ways and bad ways. So let's start with the four phases of society. To understand where we are now, we need to understand how society has developed. Pre-modern, local, religious, agriculture. Most people never left their village. Modern, nation states, factories, newspapers, identity is stable. High modern, mass production, TV, science, control, and order. Fourth, postmodern society, fragmented, digital, global, and consistently changing. Some regions are still in early modern stages, while others are hyper-connected. This creates winners and losers. For example, winner is like people like me who have interest, access, education, and global networks. Losers is like factory workers in global south who earn only $1 per hour to make my Nike shoes. Next is what is postmodernism? We are living in postmodern society and it has key features. Media shapes reality. As Baudrillard mentioned, people live in simulacra. I sometimes feel like my Instagram feed is more real than my actual life. Netflix shows, influencers, and TikTok trends feel more real than what's happening around me. Liquid identity from Bauman. In postmodern society, our identity is not fixed. I am Japanese, but I'm also a global student, a K-pop fan, and a digital nomad in training. I change depending on who I talk to, my family, friends, or other people on online. Cultural mixings. For example, like BTS combines American beats with Korean lyrics. I eat American pizza while watching Japanese anime, and this is what we call a global culture. Like I combined those two cultures. Globalization, political, and economic impact. Economic positives. Easier trades, more jobs, cheaper product. I can learn from Yale or Oxford for free on YouTube. Economic negatives. Companies move production to countries with low wages and no labor rights. Workers are often exploited just so I can buy cheap clothes or fast fashion. Political instability. One factor might affect the global economy, like Trump decisions. One country's decisions, global consequences. Social media and identity from my experience. Before I start talking about me and my phone, I give you a surprising fact. Please look at this graph. There are 66% of people who live in Japan on their smartphones. I use smartphones and social media every day. I follow influencers who show perfect bodies and rich lifestyles. I use platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube every day. These are global companies, and they shape how I see the world and myself. One example is how I view my identity. Because of social media, I'm consistently comparing myself with others around the world, especially fitness influencers. They show the perfect lifestyle, perfect bodies, expensive clothes, product routines, and even supplement. I try to copy some of them. For example, I once followed a 30-day fitness challenge I saw on Instagram. It looked cool, but after a few days, I realized it was unrealistic and made me feel sick and disappointed in myself. Then I realized many influencers are not just sharing their lives, they are selling something. They are paid to make me want certain clothes, food, apps, and even ideas. Social media also changed how I behave. I speak differently in English and Japanese. I show only the best parts of my life online. Sometimes I don't know who the real me is anymore. This links to psychology. Social media uses normative social influences. We copy others to be liked. And also, informational social influence. We believe others know better. Global cultures. Brands rule the world. Think about the brands I use daily. Apple, Nike, McDonald's, Spotify, ChatGPT. These are all global brands, mostly American. They dominate local markets, shape how I think, what I eat, and what I wear. But behind these brands are problems. Nike pays low wages to workers in Vietnam. Coca-Cola contributes to obesity and water pollution. Social media platforms like X are controlled by billionaires like Elon Musk, not democratic government. This is the commodification of culture. Even friendship and identity are sold for profit. My personal reflection for good ways and bad ways. Positives. I've learned English and Spanish thanks to global media. I can connect with people across the world. I have access to amazing knowledge and new ideas. Negatives. I sometimes feel lost in who I am and compare myself too much online. I buy things I don't need because social media tells me to do so. Globalization gave me many truths, but it also gave me confusion, pressure, and stress. To conclude, globalization is not just about trade, it's about how we live, talk, eat, and feel. It gave me opportunities and opened my mind, but it also changed my identity, my mental health, and my understanding of what's real. We live in liquid world, and like Bauman said, we need to find something to hold on to. For me, that's my family, my culture, and my values. These are references that I actually used for this presentation. This is all for my presentation. Thank you so much.